Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this another edition of the Cooperative Voice. I am your host, Phoenix Belfield, and it's a privilege to be here again this lovely Thursday morning. It's a program with a difference because today we'll be having the Granby Cooperative Credit Union member forum where we'll have the president and the manager for the credit union presenting some critical information to the members. You would know that we are in the pandemic era, and all of the credit unions are affected in terms of not only their operations but also in terms of the hosting of the AGMs. And so the Granby Cooperative Credit Union is one of those credit unions affected. So we'll be getting some critical information now from the president and from the manager relating to the hosting of the AGMs and also some other information that they're going to be presenting to you. So thank you for joining the broadcast. We are live on Kyrie FM radio, and we're also live on DBS radio. Thank you to the radio listeners of Kyrie FM and DBS radio, and also those joining on the respective social media pages of Kyrie FM, DBS radio, the League's radio, Granby's, the League's social media pages, Granby's social media page, and joining us on YouTube on the Cooperative Voice YouTube channel as well. So we're live everywhere and live. And so just hold on for a few seconds and we'll be there joining the president and the manager. So thank you very much for joining the live broadcast. Again, pleasant good morning, and thank you again for joining on the Cooperative Voice. I'm your host, Phoenix Belfield. So today I am joined by the president of the Granby Cooperative Credit Union Limited, Ms. Ilma Lee, and I'm also joined by Mrs. Paquette, who is the manager of the Granby Cooperative Credit Union. And today we'll be having a discussion on not only on the performance, the results of the 2020. The annual report and its results for 2020, but we'll also be having a discussion on some of the critical things relating to the credit union and what we think the members need to know. So ladies, good morning and welcome to the broadcast.
Good morning.
All right.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, great. Today it's a beautiful Thursday, and we're happy that you were both able to join us on this broadcast and to share some information relating to the Granby operation. So this is really critical because we understand that as part of the stewardship requirement of the boards and the management of the credit union is the accountability aspect to report to the membership of the credit union, Ms. Lee.
Correct.
Right. So what we will do, before we get our report to you, we'll just have the statement from the auditor, and then we will have a statement from yourself and the manager.
As auditor, it is my responsibility to present the auditor's report to the members of the Granby Cooperative Credit Union Limited. I will read the opinion paragraph and the basis for opinion. I have audited the financial statements of Granby Cooperative Credit Union Limited, the society, which comprise a statement of financial position as of December 31st, 2020, the income and appropriations, the statement of changes in equity and cash flow statement for the year then ended, and note to the financial statements, including a summary of significant accounting policies. In my opinion, the accompanying financial statements of the society are prepared in all material respects in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRS, and comply with the Cooperative Societies Act number 2 of 2011 and the Cooperative Societies Regulations SRO 26 of 2001 of the laws of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Basis for opinion: I conducted my audit in accordance with the International Standards on Auditing, ISAs. My responsibility under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibilities for the audit of the financial statement section of my report. I am independent of the society in accordance with the International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants Code of Ethics for the Professional Accountants, IESBA Code, and I have fulfilled my other responsibilities in accordance with these requirements. I believe that the audit evidence I have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for my opinion. So this basically is the highlight of the auditor's report, and the auditor's report is dated July 27th, 2021. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Richards, for the audit report. And now we'll turn to the president of the Granby Cooperative Credit Union, Ms. Ermali. Madam President, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Belfield. I would like to say good morning, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Belfield, for having us in this platform to be able to address our members, especially, as you said, in these trying times. So, valued members, it seems like every year with one disaster or another. After all that the credit union has weathered, with the loss of investments in CLICO and BICO, with Tropical Storm Erica, and with Hurricane Maria, we are now battling with the deadly COVID-19 global pandemic. Our country and credit union has been faced with various challenges due to the impact of COVID-19 global pandemic, as a result of the restrictions imposed by the Ministry of Health to combat the spread of the virus. Your Grand Bay Corporate Credit Union, like other credit unions, has had to make some inconvenient but necessary changes to our operations. One of these changes is the deferment of holding of the 2020 annual general meeting until further notice. We're sorry to say, unfortunately, we need to make sure our members are safe to be able to participate in this great event. Due to this deferment, the following decision was made with forbearance from our regulator and within the remit of the terms and provisions of the Cooperative Societies Act, Chapter 7803 of the 2017 revised laws of the Commonwealth of Dominica. The tenure of the officers for the Board of Directors, Supervisory and Compliance, and the credit committees has been extended until we hold the 2020 AGM. The external auditor has also been extended for another financial year. As you just heard, the 2020 audited consolidated financial statements and annual report, they have been finalized. The 2020 annual report will be made available at our main branch office and will be uploaded on our website, www.gbccu.com. The Granby Cooperative Credit Union will continue to monitor the situation closely and will determine the best time to hold the AGM, as it is important to us that our members have an opportunity to fully participate and also remain safe. In the meantime, we take this opportunity to provide you the highlights from the past year, which has been challenging, not just for our credit union, but for the world. The world suffered the loss of many lives, including our great and past president, Mr. Edward Regis. May he rest in peace, and also many jobs have been lost. Like many other financial institutions, we offered moratoriums on loans to allow members to get back on their feet after losing their jobs or being laid off for extensive periods during the year. The pandemic also came with increased added operational expense of purchasing the protective covering, the sanitization and disinfectant supplies that are required to make sure that the office environment is safe and secure for members and for staff. Through it all, you remained faithful to the credit union, and we persevered. Your commitment and your patience were of greater significance than you realize. This year, we can say after 11 years, the board of directors takes great pleasure in declaring an interim dividend on your shares of 2.5%. We are elated to pay you this long-awaited and anticipated reward and are excited about the prospect of the future payoffs to you, our valued members, as you continue to invest in your credit union through purchases of more shares and choosing us as your principal financial partner. At the end of the year 2020, the society gross income was 2.1 million and expenditure was 1.6 million, resulting in a surplus of 466,229, compared to the surplus of $128,744 in 2019. That's a great achievement. The credit union recorded a delinquency rate of 6.91% at the end of December 2020, compared to 9.25% in 2019. This represented a decrease in the delinquency rate by 25.3%. At the end of 2020, members' equity stood at 1.86 million compared to 1.3 million in 2019, an increase of 543,000, or I should say 41.1%, as you can see in the performance dashboard. The board of directors continue to place emphasis on members' share capital. There was a growth in member share capital during the year of $80,216, or 12.6%, compared to the 10.88% increase in 2019. Thank you. Share capital increased from 637,000 in 2019 to 717,000 in 2020. Members were encouraged to help build a strong financial base for the credit union by purchasing more shares. These shares, which are our member contributed reserve, are what will help our credit union to overcome unforeseen financial crisis. Again, we'd like to thank you for the increase that has occurred in 2020. As we move forward to 2021 and beyond, despite the pandemic, the credit union intends to embrace the digital transition this year and beyond, which includes working on the following initiatives. We are working on continue to increase our membership and share capital. We've opened up the branch at the Bellevue Shoppe. It is now operational. Members can now conduct transactions at the branch, as in the main office. All services are available at the branch except Western Union. Also, we'll be providing our members access to ATM services on site. We're also working on the issuance of our own card service so that our members will have access to the funds on their account 24/7. We'll be providing our members, hopefully, with online banking services, which will allow a member to conduct financial transactions and apply for loans online. There will also be the deployment of the electronic passbooks, which is coming up. The board of directors would like to thank the credit and supervisory and compliance committees for their dedication and cooperation during this past year. The board also thanks management and staff for their service during the year, especially in these times. Most importantly, the board wishes to express sincere thanks to you, our valued members and account holders, for your continued loyalty and support, and for affording us the opportunity to serve you during the past year. We thank all members for your patience and your willingness to adapt during this pandemic, and we understand the worry our members may be feeling during this time. For your safety and to prevent the spread of COVID-19, please remember to practice social distancing in all branches. Please call us with any questions or financial services needs you may have. We also be able to assist you by email at gbcccu@cwdom.dm. We look forward to your continued support during these challenging and unprecedented times, and ask that you continue to exercise patience and cooperation as we set about transforming our credit union under the new normal guidelines. Further details of the holding of the 2020 AGM will be shared as soon as they are known, and we will ensure you are given appropriate notice so that you can make plans to attend. In the meantime, please practice social distancing and isolation as required and remain safe and healthy. Cooperatively, thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam President, for that succinct presentation on behalf of the financial performance of the Grand Bay Cooperative Credit Union. We'll get into a little bit of Q&A at the end of the presentation from the manager. So I'll now allow Mrs. Paquette. Mrs. Paquette, what do you have for us?
Hi, good morning, everyone. I just wanted to mention a few in-house matters. And some of the members have been complaining about contacts to the credit union. So I want to give some information on the contacts and also on the updating of accounts. Now, the credit union can be contacted on two cell phones. We have a Flow and a DG. The Flow 2752923 and the DG 3166162. We also managed to bring our fixed line back up. So you can call on the 446-3500 and you can reach your credit union. You will be transferred to whichever person you would like to speak to. We have WhatsApp available on both numbers, both the Flow and the DG. We have WhatsApp available. So if you send a message, somebody will get back to you. We have the main email address, which is gbccu@cwdom.dm, or if you want to get me, it's manager@gbccu.com. The accountant is accountant@gbccu.com, or the loans officers would be loans@gbccu.com or loans2@gbccu.com. And we also have our Facebook page and our website. Our website is undergoing some upgrade, but there is still information on it, and it should be ready within the next week for viewing. And as mentioned by the president, we have our operations ongoing at the Bellevue Commercial Plaza, well, better known as the mall, and you can conduct transactions there. The lines are the same. If you call the line, you'll get transferred to whether you want Bellevue or Grand Bay. So they don't have like specific numbers. The numbers are linked. You call and you get them as well. So our hours of operation right now, we are going from 8 to 2 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Now we are still closed on a Thursday, and pretty soon you will be able to access Bellevue on a Tuesday when we are closed in Grand Bay, because we just want members to have access every day. But right now we're still working on some technical stuff at Bellevue, so they unable to operate if we are not open. But as soon as that is resolved, they will be opened on a Tuesday whilst we're closed, and the off day will be a Thursday. So we also have our collection point at Bagatelle at the Village Council office on a Thursday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. So members from that area can access on a Thursday. Our TETMON is usually on a Monday, but we have not resumed because we haven't gotten the COVID-19 ready. So as soon as that is done, we will start our operations back at the Village Council office at TETMON. Again, I would like to emphasize the need to follow the protocols when accessing the services at the different locations. The protocols is for your safety as well as the safety of the staff. You're required to wear your face mask when coming to transact business at the office, and the mask must be worn above your nose and it must be covering your mouth. You are not to remove it when you're speaking to the tellers. You must have it at all times, because some people think that you cannot hear them and they have to pull it down. No, for your safety, for our safety, please keep it above your nose and covering your mouth. And please do not give the security officers any problems. They need to sanitize their hands when you're entering and take your temperature. We also have our distance markers where you are supposed to stand when you're coming in and also when you're outside waiting. And if you wish to access a loan, we're advising that you call to speak to the loan officer, and she will engage you in what it is that you want to access, the type of loan, and give you the information on the phone as to what it is you have to bring. And then your appointment will be set, so you will come and bring in your documents, or if you have emailed them, that would also be good. Now, I just want to touch on the updating of accounts. Some people seem to be confusing updating of accounts with updating of passbook. If you come and update your passbook, we'll only update the transactions that you have done in your passbook. The updating of your account is different. We have to update your personal information. So when you come to update your account, you have to come with a valid government issued ID and your proof of address. Now, the proof of address can be a utility bill, it can be a driver's license, a homeowner's insurance policy or bill, or if you're renting, then you can get your lease agreement or a notarized letter from your landlord. You can also use your original bank statements or credit card statements, or a salary slip or job letter. Just one more thing. I know we mentioned the shares, but we can never stop talking about the shares. The shares are very, very important. So we are encouraging members to buy shares, and the shares is what you will get dividends on. This year, after so many years, we are able to pay dividends on the shares. But the dividends that you will get is based on your share value. So if you have one share, you're going to get dividends on one share. Unlike the person who probably have 10 or 20, they will get a lot more. So we're encouraging members to purchase the shares as their investment in the credit union to help us move forward with what Mrs. Lee mentioned, the initiatives that we want to put forward into 2020, the expensive ventures, the online banking, the ATM cards. These are very expensive ventures. And we need to have a sound background to move forward. So we're encouraging you to please invest in your credit union. We are here to serve you. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mrs. Paquette. And as I have you there on the queue, we have been, you mentioned something about putting your mask above your nose. Some of the persons have said, for example, does it affect in any way the identification of that person coming into the credit union?
Yeah.
Well, with us, we know our members. I had one particular situation when I was doing a Western Union, and I actually had to ask the person to step back and remove it because I couldn't identify the ID with the person I was seeing in front of me, because it was a passport ID, and you get a passport for 10 years, and the person had lost a lot of weight. So I just, I'm looking, I'm saying, can you remove your mask? Because I couldn't identify them. But we know majority of our members. So with the mask on, you still know who's there. So
okay. From the cheekbone and the eye.
Yeah, you know them, you know their work, you know their stance, you just know your members. But if we have strangers,
that is part of your KYC.
Yes, we know them. We have some strangers because of the Western Union. You find there are some people, so you may have to ask them to, just stand back and remove it so you can see who they are, whether it matches the ID.
Okay, and you also mentioned about the other locations, the Bagatelle, Tetmon. People do not know that you have these collection points or these other sub branches that they can go to. So I think it is important that they were able to know that you operate in the Bagatelle area and you also operate in Tetmon, which you're hoping to restart very soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they mostly is the community members using these locations.
Okay.
If they have something to do, and that is an emergency, they won't wait for Thursday. You'll see them come into the main office,
Right.
but they a lot of them wait, especially the elderly with the over 70
Mhm.
pension that they get, and
Right.
so they know that they can access their funds
So they
at
don't have to travel and run the risk of contract.
no.
Right.
No, so we had to make adjustments to those areas to make it safe for them and for the tellers who are doing the visits.
Okay. Madam President, you spoke earlier about the fact that after a few years, you're now able to pay dividend, which is testament to the strength and the stewardship, the proper management of the credit union. How important is it for the members to continue to invest in the credit union as co-owners of the credit union by buying more shares?
It is very important. You know, as a community financial institution, um, we're there for them. When financial crisis happens, we're there for them. So it's in their best interest to definitely, continue to contribute to buying shares, because with the purchase of shares, we're able to afford to provide them with more services
Right.
that we require. I mean, take for example, right now, we're in COVID, and we need to be able to at least, and COVID is not going to go away. There's going to be other type of things, other financial um, crisis that's going to happen, other disasters are going to happen, and we have to put in place measures that would allow us to still continue to serve our members. And with those measures, you realize there is a cost to it. So
Right.
we encourage our members to please invest in your credit union. This is an ownership. It's an investment. It's an ownership that you have, and
Mhm.
with that ownership, you are able to reap the rewards from it. So we really encourage our members. We really appreciate that, even in these dire times, we still were able to increase our membership. But we
Yeah.
can really do better. We can do better and continue to go up, and so higher. Because in the end, it's everything is back. It comes back into the community, and it helps them, especially when we have, crises like this. And then we have to make sure we put in, as I said, the tools and the different devices and initiatives that we need to make sure that
Put in
we
place.
implement to put in place to assist them.
But you've done well for even within the village. It is clear that the village has supported both in terms of your increase in membership, your increase in share capital, uh, and the fact that I think that your members now will now have even more access, even with the digital fronts, the digital
Mhm.
channels that you're opening up. We have the partnership with Mlaja Mobile Wallet, and you have your own ATM and online services that will be coming on stream, so forth. I think this is really interesting times for the members of the Grand Bay, and even the members who are not of Grand Bay, but
Right.
they're looking to open an account at the Grand Bay Cooperative Credit Union. Very very important development. Exciting times about for the credit union, and the irony about it is that we're going into exciting times even in a pandemic.
Correct.
Mhm.
Right. Correct.
You know,
Exciting and new things. So it's going to be
yeah,
interesting. It's going to be, I think we're, it's all of us together, pushing forward to, be able to sustain and, be able to survive in what's ahead of us.
right.
So,
So
this is
as part of you spoke earlier about the forbearance on part of the regulatory authorities, and one of which include well, a couple of things, because
Mhm.
most of these decisions would have been taken at the annual general meeting, but because of the fact, I think now the restriction on gathering is 25, and so
Right.
you have credit unions whose quorums are 250 and one something, so
Right.
we're a far cry from that number to constitute a quorum. So that's why we have, based on the provisions of the Cooperative Societies Act of the revised laws, we're able to seek regulatory forbearance. So in that case, you have the life of the officers who are currently there will be extended, and this is within the remit of the Societies Act, that they will be there until their successors are named. So they will continue to serve. And hopefully, they're not burnt out.
Right. We hope not. And we
No,
hope
I
they
think they're happy
continue.
to continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Sir
And
Regis would have been the continue the presidency had he been
Right.
around.
right.
I'm sure he would have been happy to because he was really passionate about that online banking and ATM cards.
Right.
Every time he has to mention, we have to go online, we have to give the members their own ATM cards. He was really passionate about that.
Yes.
And I know
And
that
the
is
dividends as well.
and the
Oh,
dividend. Oh,
Yes,
I wouldn't
because
mention
he
that
always
because I
said,
know,
I don't want my term to end before we pay members' dividends.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember the last meeting he spoke about the dividend thing, but he said it in patois. I can't repeat it. So yeah. So looking forward, you've announced a couple of the critical initiatives that are coming on board for the credit union, and that as soon as health possible, once we've gotten the clearance from the Ministry of Health that we can hold that amount of gathering, that we'll have an attempt to hold the annual general meeting. Of course, we'll have to hold that annual general meeting before the next one, which is
Right.
Yes.
constitutionally due
Mhm.
on April, on the fourth month of the ensuing year. So
Right.
we're going to have a back to back, but we're hoping that things can be normalized before then,
Hopefully.
and that we can have that. I know, as we mentioned, Mrs. Paquette, on the last broadcast when we had an interview with you, that your members are passionate. Some people bring their
Yeah.
lunch
They
in the
look
cab.
Oh,
forward.
yeah.
They look forward to the AGM. We do not want to deprive them. And a lot of them will not be able to handle that online stuff. So they will
Yeah.
not be able to participate. So
Right,
they
some of
will
them.
miss
We
out.
have to cater for those as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
have
So
a few.
hopefully.
I know the top five in terms of those early attendees, early birders. They're always there. They're just changing position, but they're always there. And I remember I asked about 2 years ago. I asked one of the members, "How is it she's always there so early?" And she said, "Listen, I'm here since 1 o'clock, and the AGM starting at 3." And she said, "Listen, this is my credit union, and I have to show an interest in it. I want to be there. I want to hear. I want to ask questions." And
Right.
the half of it that I didn't understand, she said it in Creole, but I figured it is rooted in passion and concern for the credit union. So, no, I'm happy that we're able to have this forum. The members are also that they can contact the credit union. We have the cell phone numbers that you mentioned, the landline numbers, Flow, Digicel. They can also WhatsApp, which
Yes.
WhatsApp is now the new email, so
Right.
they can also WhatsApp the credit union. If they need to reach the secretary, they need to reach the manager or the accountant or the loans officer, they can also do so via email on those email addresses that have been provided. And if they still have any questions or they cannot reach you via those means, they can also reach out to you on the Facebook Live, like we're having it here, so they can send you a message on your social media account, and they'll be able to reach you. So very, very important information. And our time on the radio is almost up. So thank you very much. Any closing remarks, Madam President? I will start with you first, then I will finish with the general manager, and then we'll just wrap up.
Um, Basically, I would just like to say thank you to the members and also the staff in making 2020 to be a very fruitful year, despite the pandemic. I would just like to encourage our members to continue supporting us, continue with the shares, and then continue pushing us to the limit. Ask the question: what other services would you like? Especially as times are changing. So we really encourage our members to just push us to the limit so that we can provide exactly the services that they require. So again, thank you, and I just hope everyone remains safe and just continue to practice social distancing. And hopefully, we should be having our 2020 AGM in person, hopefully, if we
Thank you
continue
very
doing what we're doing.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Madam Manager, any closing remarks?
Yes, I would also like to say thank you. Well, thank you for this forum and allowing us the opportunity to reach the members. And thank you to the members for cooperating and helping us to persevere in these trying times. Because if without their cooperation and their involvement, it would not be possible. So
Right.
please continue to follow the protocols, and it's for your safety. COVID-19 is real, it makes you sick, people are dying. we need you to take precaution, protect yourselves and your family, and so that you can be there to help the credit union move forward into the future. Thank you
Well, thank
again.
you, thank you very much, Madam's President and Manager, for the information that was provided that I thought were critical for the membership, and would definitely help in alleviating even some of those concerns about not knowing what's happening at the credit union and how they can further participate and support their credit union as it seeks to not only remain relevant, but to continue to provide those services, those critical services that they need to make their lives and livelihoods better. So thank you very much, radio listeners. It has been a privilege again for you to join this special broadcast of the Cooperative Voice. I'm your host, Phoenix Belfield, and I'm seeing the comments on the social media pages. People are saying that they love the work, keep it up, the Grand Bay Credit Union. They love the credit union. So the love is pouring in for the Grand Bay Credit Union. Kudos to the board, management, and staff for the management and the stewardship of the credit union provided over the period, and they continue to provide even in this pandemic period. Thank you very much, radio listeners. Big thank you to our partners, our media partners, Kyrie FM Radio, that have been joining us, and they've streamed it on radio and social media, and also DBS Radio that have done the same, streaming it. We thank you very much, and your radio listeners for joining the broadcast, and to be able to give them some critical inputs. We're seeing the love coming out on the social media page. We appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the movement. Thank you for supporting Grand Bay Cooperative Credit Union, and we will be in touch. Remember that you can go to the credit union. You can go to the credit union and you can get a copy of the annual report. You'll be also able to download it from the website. Also a soft copy of that report, and you can contact them on any of the numbers, or if you don't remember, you can look up their social media handle on Facebook at GBCCCU, and you can ask them any question that you wish. Again, this has been a wonderful opportunity to share with you. I'm your host, Phoenix Belfield, and this is another edition of the Cooperative Voice, the Members Forum for the Credit Union. This program is brought to you with the kind compliments of the Dominica Cooperative Societies League Limited, in collaboration with the Credit Unions of Dominica and the Mlaja Mobile Wallet, Dominica's first and locally owned mobile payment solution, bringing you great financial benefit. It's locally owned. It is owned by the Credit Union Movement. We thank you very much for your support during this time. So join us again on another edition. We'll be having our cooperative program continue next Tuesday. We will be here again, same place, different content. At 11 o'clock, we'll be on our social media pages, and we'll be live on Q95. And then on Thursday, we'll be live. We'll be having another multicast segment of the Cooperative Voice program, and this time we'll be featuring the Marigot Cooperative Credit Union Limited. So thank you very much for joining the broadcast, and until then, stay safe. Remember, those who can get vaccinated, practice social distancing, wear your mask once you're in a public space or you're around persons. Those who can get vaccinated, get tested. Remember, together we can overcome this pandemic. As we have, and the president mentioned, we've had, Dominica has been tested and tried. We've had Erica Tropical Storm Erica, we've had Hurricane Maria, and now we have this pandemic. We should be calling Dominica the Commonwealth of the Resilient Country.
I'm telling you.
So thank you very much for the resilience, and together we can overcome this pandemic. So long, take care.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, bye.
Send me money. Receive money. Send me money. No more hassle. L'argent. Send me money. Receive money. L'argent. It's safe and secure. L'argent. You want to send your money to friends and family. No more standing in line. L'argent. It's a new digital financial service brought to you by the Dominica Credit Union Movement. Introduces a new wallet solution, L'argent. Top up friends, pay bills, make shopping easy, extra secure. Sign up is absolutely free. L'argent. You want to send your money to friends and family. No more standing in line. L'argent. Download the credit union for more details. M. L'argent, your mobile payment solution. M. L'argent. L'argent, send me money. Send me money. Receive money. Receive money. Send me money. No more hassle. M. L'argent, send me money. Send me money. Receive money. Receive money. M. L'argent, it's safe and secure. M. L'argent. You want to send your money to friends and family. No more standing in line. M. L'argent, it's a new digital financial service brought to you by the Dominica Credit Union Movement. Introduces a new wallet solution, M. L'argent. Top up friends, pay bills, make shopping easy, extra secure. Sign up is absolutely free. M. L'argent. You want to send your money to friends and family. No more standing in line. No more M. L'argent. Download the M. L'argent app today. See your credit union for more details. M. L'argent, your mobile payment solution. M. L'argent.